and this is the running poem.
Woo! Woo!
Bang! And into the air I sprang. Pushing my legs back against the starting block, I knew I had to beat the clock, so quickly I rose. Swinging my leg together, I pointed my toes and pressed them into the asphalt, assaulting the ground. I was a white dove unbound. When I beat the golden greyhound, the red stallion, or the black bear, I flapped my white wings in the clear, hot air as we ran around the first bend. The clock was ticking. I wanted to win. Tick, tock, tick, my spikes broke the track. My legs pounded a relentless attack as I passed the staggering start domain. And all 8 of us runners ran into the first lane. Elbows swinging, I fought for position. But the red stallion, the black bear, and a boar were also on a mission. They raced by and blocked my view as I came along the side of a blue emu. He was tall in stature with a lanky sway, and I matched his stride down the back straightway. Tick, tick, tock went the beating of the clock. My head bobbing, my heart throbbing, the air robbing my throat, just as a bronze coyote began to float at my backside, his harmonic clinging amplified by his heavy breathing. Seething in this cutthroat race, I picked up my pace as the coyote and I cruised by the blue emu. Or should I say we flew past him. The coyote's stride matching mine, limb for limb. Tick, 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 we came around the far bend quick. I could hear the kick of the coyote's feet. I could feel his radiant heat, and I began to see this ideal athlete from the corner of my eye. And in perfect slow motion, he methodically passed me by. Down the front straightway I ran. A broken feather fell away from my wingspan, my claws becoming rubbery and weak. But I practiced this race. I knew the technique. The spectators cheered as we came down the lane. The red stallion and the black bear were a running train. The bronze coyote and a boar were a duo insane. They went back and forth in their lead. Neither wanted to concede, and I, in 5th place, would I succeed? The final lap bell rang, my body gripping a clip hang, running out of steam, melting like ice cream in the heat of the day. But I ran on anyway. Into the first turn, I felt a burn in my thighs and a need to rationalize my pain, to explain why I would rather die than lose. I would rather give up the ghost than face such bad news. And down the back straightway I went, my muscles almost spent, running on fumes. Plumes smaller than krill, blooms of sheer will. I looked dead ahead in deep concentration. Not giving up was my foundation. Not giving in was my vocation. And there was the boar, my immediate motivation. He was dressed in green and cloaked in hair, and I came up beside him and gave him a glare. He was exhausted. I could see it in his eyes. So I looked straight ahead and ran away from his demise. The coyote seemed to be next, but he was running so damn fast, he caught up with the red stallion and the black bear and passed them by. Do or die, I thought in the blink of an eye. It was never or now as I reached the last bend, 200 meters from the end. So I flapped my white wings. I wanted to win so bad, to be loved, not sad, to spread lasting peace, not a fad. But for an instant, I thought I didn't have enough strength, that in an 8-man race, I'd wind up 10th. But I knew how to relieve myself of my scare. I had to believe I was the fastest anywhere. Tock, tick, I moved my legs in a blur, my arms in a slur. There was no time to defer. The crowd gave roar. There was hardcore zeal. It made me feel so real. I could see myself win. I could feel it on my skin. And my lust made my legs move. Made me prove my leg speed. The need, the want, the desire set my wings on fire, and I began to run on air. And before I knew it, I had passed the black bear. Tock, tick, 100 meters to go. The red stallion began galloping slow, and he pushed out an ashy, angry elbow as I sailed past him. Now less than a limb from the coyote, his bronze coat gleaming in the baking sun. Tock, tick, we were one-on-one. I told myself to believe, then achieve, conceive a win. The message racing through my mind over and over again. I could hear the coyote wheeze, seethe, and grunt. He was half an inch out in front as we neared the finish line. 50 meters, believe, and I began to align with first place. 40 meters, believe, I had on my dog face, and within a small space of speed, 30 meters, believe, I crept into the lead. My body indeed soared 20 meters, but I wanted to win this metaphor, even as the golden greyhound surprisingly bounded between the coyote and me. What? 10 meters. His spree, incredible, unbelievable. He had come back from far behind, running as if he lost his mind, sprinting as if he was more worthy of the gold. 5 meters. He never lost, I'm told. A winner in his pursuit. 2 meters. Perfect when he executes. This comeback must have been his projected design. 1 meter. Believe. And the greyhound's hungry eyes locked with mine as we leaned to the finish line. Tick, tock, tick.
Did you win?
And I could actually feel the cheer from the crowd. A wall of sound so damn loud. I felt so proud. The cheering made my heart soar. Since I had wanted to win this race a little bit more.